All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for a couple of real people out there, just like you, just like me. All right, check this out. Voodoo Room. This is something that I haven't featured before. These guys perform the music of Eric Clapton, uh, Jimi Hendrix, and Cream. Three-piece band. They are from the UK. They put out an album of all original material, and it's really, really good, especially if you like the template of Hendrix, Cream, and Clapton from the early days. They tend to tap into that sound and that energy, and they're phenomenal. So check out Voodoo Room. It's something I haven't featured before, courtesy of Grooveyard Records. They put out a lot of good turbocharged, guitar-driven 70s sounding stuff a lot of times. Just good music. Speaking of good music, Foreigner is in their last run of shows. Actually, it hasn't started yet, but this is supposed to be their farewell tour. And Jeff Pilson says that Mick Jones is doing okay. He updates on Mick's health and the future of the band, and a lot of speculation, which kind of started with rumors that Mick was not doing well. And he does come out and perform after the band has been out there for a while, 20, 30 minutes or so, and they'll introduce Mick Jones. If you're going to go see Foreigner, he may not even be there. Here is what Jeff Pilson has to say about Mick and his health. He says he's great. He'll do some shows here and there. It's impossible to predict the regularity of it, but yeah, he'll come in and he's doing great. He's happy. He's healthy. He's excited about the fact that the band is kind of writing its last chapter as we speak, or at least its last live chapter. Now, that's interesting because maybe these guys are going to record some music, which would be weird if they did, because typically you go out there and support a new album. But in today's world, where nobody wants to hear the new stuff, just get on with the concert. I mean, Journey, I think, was playing one track from Freedom, and then I think they dropped it. I'm not sure if they're still playing anything off of Freedom, which is kind of bizarre. You would think they would play, if it's the Freedom Tour. Imagine going on the Escape, seeing the Escape tour, and they're not playing any music from Escape. But that's how things have changed. The casual fan is the dominant fan. Radio doesn't support the new stuff, so the audience isn't going to have a clue. They're not going to know. They're going to, head to the concessions, and they'll come back when they hear something familiar. That's basically how they're going to do it. It's weird because you pay all this money to see a show, and for me, I'd be like, nope, I'm staying because I paid, $250 for this seat. So why would I, head off to the bathroom unless I really have to go? And then, you get back as soon as you can because you really just don't want to miss the show. I mean, you're going to pay big money to kind of walk around the stadium, during songs. I know people do that stuff. And these are people that have a lot of disposable income, I guess. Anyway, sorry about the tangent. Jeff Pilson goes on to say, I think, to be honest with you, it hasn't all quite hit Mick yet. That's Mick Jones. If you want to know the perfect, honest truth, I think in some ways it's just kind of catching up to him what this really means. He goes on to say, Foreigner is his baby. It's his vision. It's his breath. And I think that's true. Although, I think Lou Gramm needs to be factored in a little bit, because those two guys, even though they butted heads and are apparently still kind of butting heads here and there, you can't really underestimate that creative tension. Lou pulling Mick in one direction, Mick really driving the ship, so to speak, in the 80s. And I think the ship kind of ran aground a little bit because the band got bogged down into trying to make really good ballads. But then again, you can't argue with the success of I Want to Know What Love Is. But that's not Foreigner to me. I mean, it is and it isn't. Foreigner 4, which did have a ballad on it, by the way, Waiting for a Girl Like You, but it had a different vibe. I mean, they went in a completely different direction, although I remember Robert Plant telling Mick Jones that if he had any other songs like that one, to send them along to Robert. So again, great songwriting. You can't really argue with that, but the creative tension between those two guys, I think, was very important in the success of Foreigner over the years, at least in their more productive years. Another thing is that maybe they'll record some music. Maybe there's a chance that another band might emerge, a rebuilt version of Foreigner, because Kelly Hansen's like, you know what? I'm in my 60s now. This is getting a little difficult. According to Pilson, he believes that Kelly sounds great still. Mimicking Lou Gramm, maybe a little bit too much, according to Lou. But if you're going to go see Foreigner and you're paying lots of money, you might see something historic. You might see Mick Jones on stage, or you might not. I tell you what, it would be kind of a bummer to buy the tickets and then Mick isn't there. I mean, Mick should come out and wave or something. You should go to every show. You know, you don't even have to plug in, Mick. Just walk out there and pretend you're doing something and then, you know, go back to the dressing room. But I think he's got a pretty good deal right now. He is 78 years old, going to be 79 in December. And we just lost Jeff Beck at 78. So I'm thinking maybe Mick wants to spend some quality time relaxing, and it's a smart move. It's a smart move. A lot of fans aren't going to like it, and I understand that, but this is the state of geezer rock and roll. Bands holding on by a thread, and Foreigner has been doing a good job for a very long time with this lineup and slight variations of this lineup. A powerhouse band, a great catalog, an underestimated catalog with a ton of great deeper tracks that you don't hear on the radio anymore. And here's something you won't ever hear on the radio, ever. This is Voodoo Room, Tension City Blues. It's really good stuff. People should check it out. If you like Eric Clapton, Cream, Jimi Hendrix from the early days, this is very well done, very strong three-piece band. And if you're over in the UK, these guys go out on the road and they perform the music of those aforementioned classic rock legends. And they seem to have the vibe down really well. So that's why I am letting people know about Voodoo Room, Tension City Blues. Check it out. I don't think you'll be disappointed. It's real rock for real people in real time. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications. Subscriptions are definitely off, but you know, the algorithm, it works in mysterious ways. So we'll let it do its thing. Thanks again for the support, also over on Patreon and through YouTube memberships. And until next time, I will see you then.